One.
I'm Dan Lukowitz,
And I'm Zach Reisinger.
and together we're the co-creators of the CRE Pro course.
CRE Pro course.
Today we're here to tell you about our incredible new course and what it means for you.
Hey, so Dan, who is CRE Pro course for?
Well, great question, Zach. Really, CRE Pro course is for anyone who's contemplating getting into the commercial real estate industry. It's also for brokers who have been in the industry for less than 5 years. It's for anybody who isn't making as much money as they'd like. And it's also for the heads of brokerages who want to train their new agents to make more money.
That sounds like a pretty great program, but can you tell us a little bit more about it? What do you actually teach in the CRE Pro course?
So in the CRE Pro course, we give you everything. We literally held nothing back. We'll give you all the tips, the tricks, the systems, the spreadsheets. We teach you everything from how to database and cold call, and even give you scripts on databasing and cold calling, all the way through the process of walking your deal through listing, going through escrow, closing, marketing, everything you need to know to become a top commercial real estate broker.
That sounds like an amazing offering, Dan. What qualifies you in particular to teach a course like this? It sounds like that's a wide breadth of knowledge. What do you do?
Well, really, the reason that we did this, Zach, is because people were reaching out. I was having calls 3-4 times a week where people were asking me how to become a commercial real estate broker. And over the years, myself and yourself as well, we've created systems. We've tried every different process and we figured out what works and what doesn't. So you can leverage our experience and our expertise as commercial real estate brokers to become one of the top brokers in the nation.
So Dan, what kind of resources did we put together in order to allow new agents, those coming from residential, those coming from a completely different field and just getting into real estate, realizing that commercial real estate, the commission structure is amazing compared to any other field, really. Even residential real estate, which we know today is on fire. It's doing great across the country, but at a certain point you hit saturation. And as people start to go back to the cities, they start to actually go back to work, office places, and repopulate out into the world. We're going to have a huge demand. It's a pent up demand that has been at home so far. Yes, some people are going to stay at their home office, but a lot of people are going to go back to work. New businesses are creating. The economy is in a growth trajectory. This means good things for commercial brokers in general. What kind of resources do you offer inside of the course that allows somebody that's just starting out in this business or that has started out and struggled a little bit? What do you help them do inside of the course?
Well, the CRE Pro course provides people with the technical training and the practical applications. So when we go through all the tips and tricks and walk people through what it takes to be a commercial real estate broker, we actually show people the day-to-day, everyday examples of what a commercial real estate broker does. We give you a background into all of the terms and the jargon in the industry, and then we literally give you the email templates, the proposal creation templates, the marketing blast templates, everything that you need to be successful in your day-to-day as a top commercial real estate broker.
Let's talk about the normal trajectory of or career timeline of a commercial real estate broker. I know that the reason that a lot of people struggle to get into it is that it takes a while to close your first deal. It's usually an all commission, 100% commission job, which is a lot different than a lot of others, right? Some you draw a salary and you can pay for things as you go with that salary, and maybe in the end you don't make a huge commission check, but you are able to feed your family and you are to have a secure lifestyle. You and I both come out of, at one point, technology sales in particular. That's the way that works. There's a salary, and plus you get a commission when you close a deal. Well, that salary can hold you over for a while, but often in commercial real estate you don't have that commission, or that salary, so you have to rely completely on your commission. So why would anybody ever do that? It sounds crazy to get into commercial real estate and for many people it's keeping them out of it, that it's 100% commission deal. So why would you ever get into a job that's 100% commission?
Well, Zach, you mentioned an interesting thing about what it's like to be a commercial real estate broker and what to expect. And I would say there's really two answers to that. There's before the CRE Pro course and after the CRE Pro course. Before CRE Pro course, really the resources that were available to brokers were quite sparse. Even major brokerages that have training systems in place are hiring us from the CRE Pro course to redesign their training just because it's not up to par. So typically, if you were one of those brokers that actually made it, right? Because it really is a sink or swim industry. We don't believe in that. If you were one of those brokers that made it, maybe you make $50,000 in your first year, maybe 100,000 in your second year, maybe 150 in your third year. And again, that's if you actually make it out of the shark infested waters, right? Well, at the CRE Pro course, we're looking for you to hit 150 your first year, 250 your second year, 350 your third year. We're looking for you to really knock it out of the park. And the reason that you're able to do that is because you're leveraging our systems that we designed, that we created over years and years in the industry. And you're able to cut out that 24 or 36-month learning curve and really hit the ground running.
Well, let me show them, Dan. You can see here on the screen, this is when you go to creprocourse.com. Throughout this video, you have seen various limited offers that have come across. Again, those are only offered during the timeline that it shows you there, and once it's gone, it's gone. So take advantage of those if when they show up. You can see here, if you click on the course button here, we actually have a course, Dan. So we're not selling smoke and mirrors. We're actually selling a full course. And somebody said to us the other day, this is amazing. There's almost twice the number of videos and actual materials that there are in any other course. And it's offered at $4.99. That's an insane deal. Why are you guys offering it? That I said, if you come to this webinar, you might be able to get a discount on it. So I saw them sign up the other day, and I'm glad to see them inside the course. This you can see here, right here, is an actual example, is a live example of the course. It's available 24/7, 365. As you log into the course from either an iOS or Android device, so that's your desktop, your laptop, it could be your iPhone, your Android phone, your tablet, anywhere, anytime, on the bus, on the train, at your house, in front of the TV, in a quiet room by yourself with a notebook, all of the above work. We really think that it's best to focus in on the course and get the most out of all of these lessons. But Dan, you just mentioned a few different course subjects that I'd like to dial into. One of those is, for example, the importance of social media. So the reason that this course is so different is it's for brokers today. It's not the old school brokerage. It's not the old tried and true, the stuffy method from before that takes forever to ramp up. No, this is for people who really want to take advantage of this resource and invest in themselves and their career. One of those ways to do that is by, for example, LinkedIn. Can you tell them a little bit more about how we actually help people achieve greatness inside of LinkedIn and really ramp up their career quickly using the methods that you teach inside of this social media course, for example?
Absolutely. So the traditional brokerage model, Zach, is a one-to-one model. It's a pick up the phone as a broker and call one investor at a time. And while I do believe that cold calling is very important, in today's day and age, with the advent of the CRE Pro course, we're now taking our methodologies and showing them to the world. And those methodologies allow us to have a one-to-many approach. So we use things like social media, specifically LinkedIn, to really give people that one-to-many exposure. And just by way of example, I just got a listing last week because of my social media presence, because someone came across me speaking on podcasts, my show, my LinkedIn posts, and recognizes that I am, a name in the industry, and I've never spoken with this person before. And that's really the beauty and the power of leveraging social media. So in the course, we actually have a whole module, one of my favorite modules, and one of the modules we've gotten the most positive feedback about, where I teach you how to refine your profile, how to, you know what? Let me just, Zach, I'm going to give people that are watching just a little bit of a nugget here, okay?
No. Go ahead.
So I teach people how they can create a stronger network and be recognized as a thought leader and an expert in the industry. And one of the ways they do that after going through the course and refining their profile as we've instructed them to, is that we have them seek out the other experts in the industry. And the way that they do that is they create a spreadsheet of the thought leaders in their industry. So if they're a net lease broker and they don't know who those thought leaders are, they can literally go to LinkedIn. We show you how step by step in the course and search for net lease brokers. And then every single day, They log in and they make sure to engage on the content of those thought leaders. Eventually, once you do that enough, other people by association recognize you as an expert. So we give you little tips like that. And this course is full of all of these incredible tips. Little
When you're
tips like
talking
that.
about tips right there, let me just point out one thing here, right, Dan? So inside each of the modules, so we call a module, there are 6 modules in total. Each module has between 2 and 4 actual videos inside of them. Those videos range anywhere from 20 minutes upwards, and some of them are shorter, some of them are longer, depends on what it is. But for example, let's just take a look at cold calls and rebuttals, objection handling as well here. So this video in particular, it's giving you multiple examples. We've got 23-minute video here. It covers everything inside of cold calling. We give you the cold calling script. We give you the exact details of what to do in a rebuttal, how to handle objections, how to move the call forward. But and you can see here, for example, there's 10 different scripts, proven scripts here. What to do when you hit a buyer, for example, or a seller. You're trying to increase your business and you're trying to field those rebuttals or objections. Exactly what to do. I see here, Dan, and I want to point this out before we move on and show people exactly how they can sign up at creprocourse.com. It seems to me here that this is starting out from the introduction and the asset classes of what it's like to start in commercial real estate. And then I see way down here at the bottom, it's how to close business, get referrals, and then some actual examples, real world terms and examples. Can you tell us a little bit about the progression, who the course is for and how it's designed?
Yeah, absolutely. So in the beginning, Zach, we level the playing field, right? Because as I mentioned before, we've got everybody from people that are coming into the industry totally fresh and green to individuals who've already been in the industry for a number of years. So we needed to level the playing field. And that's why we gave an introduction and a module that's dedicated to the types of commercial real estate assets, the types of lease structures, and then the difference between investment sales brokerage and leasing brokerage. We really wanted to level the playing field and make sure that everybody knew where we were starting. So
it looks like one unlocks the next. Is that how that goes? That you're able to start at the introduction, make sure you have a firm grasp of that. And then as you know the introduction, then you know the asset classes, and that allows you to learn more about lease structure and more about investment brokerage versus sales versus leasing, for example.
Absolutely. And once we get past that introduction, Zach, and keeping in mind, like you mentioned, we have collateral material that's available in many of these modules. You can download it all at once, or you can go through and download as it's referenced. So after we get past the introduction, then we talk about life as a broker, what it's like, how do you time block, how do you set up your day and your schedule? And then we go through all of the steps, right? So we go through how to database, how to find which tenants are the, the key tenants you should be database. And we give some really cool tips and tricks about how to find great tenants. We go through how to database. Obviously, like you mentioned, we go through not only cold call play-by-plays and role-playing in the course with some really cool whiteboard videos, but we literally give you the cold call scripts. When I was starting out as a broker, Zach, you know how I learned how to cold call and how to make a cold call script? I got dragged into a training session with a bunch of other junior brokers and was told, okay, guys, let's round up. We're going to teach you about cold calling. And then they said, everybody write down your cold calling scripts. And that was it. We had to figure it out ourselves. Well, here in the CRE Pro course, we literally give you the word by word, play by play of how to do it. And then we go through.
So Dan, you're telling me is that you can speed up somebody's career to hitting that 6-digit commission check faster, ensure their success inside of their brokerage by giving them the tools and the tips and the tricks and the ability to do it and faster. And then they're ultimately able to stay in the business longer. And as you were mentioning there, your commissions or your annual pay over the lifetime, it seems like a $500 or in this case, $499 investment inside of your career, by investing in the CRE Pro course. And you can do that at creprocourse.com or on the link below. Seems like a great return on investment. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely. I mean, that is exactly why we created the CRE Pro course. If this was available to me when I was starting off in the industry, I would have paid tens of thousands of dollars for it.
So do it today versus waiting. So if you're still in the process of taking your exam, or if you've just become an agent and you're deciding whether to go commercial or residential, or you're a residential agent and you're considering a move over to commercial, do it today. It sounds like the sooner you do it, the better, and you can do it alongside your course. you can also do it if you've been practicing in commercial real estate for a while.
It's funny. I had somebody reach out to me today, Zach, and he said, Dan, as soon as I close my next commission check, I'm going to register for the CRE Pro course. And I said to him, my friend, you're doing it backwards. Register for the CRE Pro course today and close that commission check faster.
Well, it sounds like a good investment. It sounds like a great program, and it's shown that it can produce amazing results for everybody and anybody who takes it. Dan and I are